Welcome to the channel. Today we're talking about a company that more than 100 years before Amazon already gave people the ability to buy almost anything without leaving home. Imagine a book 5 centimeters thick that everyone in the country recognized instantly. It was the Sears catalog. In the early 20th century, it replaced the internet, shopping malls, and even home builders. You could order a dress from Paris, a lawnmower, and, no joke, a fully functional house. Tens of thousands of parts would arrive by rail, and you could assemble it using instructions. Sears was not just a store, it was a foundation of the American way of life. It seemed like the company would exist forever, like mountains or oceans. But today, only empty concrete boxes in abandoned malls remain, and a powerful lesson about how overconfidence can destroy even market gods. Today we'll break down the story of how a leader that once built the tallest tower in the world ended up at the bottom. The story began in 1886. Richard Sears, a railroad agent, accidentally resold a shipment of watches that a jeweler had refused. He realized something important. The key to wealth is not the product, it's access to customers. Together with Alva Roebuck, he built a system that broke the monopoly of small rural shops. They offered farmers low prices and huge selection through mail orders. But Sears went further. He understood that trust was more powerful than advertising. He introduced the slogan, "Satisfaction guaranteed, or your money back." For the late 19th century, this was revolutionary. The company grew explosively. The Sears catalog became one of the most popular books in the United States. People even learned to read and count using it. It was a triumph of logistics and marketing. When America switched to cars, Sears stayed ahead again. They opened massive department stores in the suburbs, right where new middle-class neighborhoods were growing. They created legendary in-house brands, Craftsman for tools, Kenmore for appliances, Die Hard for batteries. If an American bought a washing machine, they went to Sears. It was a synonym for quality. In 1973, the company built the Sears Tower in Chicago, at that time the tallest building in the world. This was the peak. But at 442 meters above the ground, leadership stopped seeing what was happening below. They believed they were too big to lose. Success created a bureaucratic monster. Inside Sears, a real civil war began. Departments turned into isolated kingdoms. Clothing managers fought with auto parts managers. Teams didn't share data, didn't cooperate, and competed for budgets inside the same company. While competitors introduced computer inventory systems and lowered prices, Sears spent millions maintaining layers of management locked in internal battles. They stopped listening to customers. Stores became confusing, outdated, and overpriced. And at that moment, when the giant was already shaking under its own weight, the internet knocked on the door. Sears had everything needed to dominate online retail. Warehouses across the country, millions of customer records, and decades of home delivery experience. But they hesitated. Executives feared that online sales would steal customers from physical stores. Instead of leading the digital revolution, they tried to ignore it. Their serious online platform came too late, when the market was already captured by new digital players. Then came the debt. In 2005, a hedge fund acquired the company, but instead of revival came asset sales. Legendary brands were sold off to cover financial holes. In 2018, bankruptcy followed. The story of Sears is more than a business failure. It's a universal lesson. Even the strongest leader can disappear if it stops adapting. Past victories don't protect you from future change. In business and in life, it's not the biggest who survives, it's the most flexible. Sears owned the past but never managed to step into the future. Thank you for watching. Write in the comments which company you want to see next.